Good evening. Hope you all had a good weekend. This first video, we're going to go over some tools we're going to need for assignment 8, their Google Trends small multiples assignment. As you can remember, small multiples, a great way of displaying complex multivariate information by displaying multiple versions of small maps where the details don't matter as much as the difference between the individual maps. Edward Tufte summarizing it nicely here on this slide. Our idea here is that we're going to replicate kind of this map. Pick any 8 Google search trends comparisons, lay them out or at least 8, lay them out however you'd like. If you do 9, you could do a nice 3x3. If you do 8, you could do a 2x4 or a 4x2. Choose something that makes sense to you. Do something thematic. Do something random, like on this example here. I'm going to show you right now how to use the Google Trends tool itself, how to download that data. In the next video, I'll show us how to download a shapefile data from the census. Videos after that, we will join that data, visualize that data, and make a map. Google Trends is, as we went over in class a little bit, is an awesome search engine. I'm going to search for snow here. That allows us to look at relative interest for search terms over time and across space. Through filters, we're able to look at this right now. We've got the United States over the past 12 months. We could make this the past 30 days, get some more detailed information. Looks like Vermont was talking about snow the most. Wyoming, Montana, that kind of makes sense. Go back to the past 12 months. We could look beyond the United States. We could look worldwide, see at how people are searching for snow. Looks like tends to be Canada most interested in snow by Google search terms. UK a little bit. Australia, surprisingly, South Africa popping up there. We could also go into smaller individual countries, like what happens when we go to Argentina here. We get a breakdown by provinces in Argentina, with some of the mountainous provinces obviously showing stronger preference for those sort of search terms. Let's go back to the United States here. Oops. Select that. All right, let's say I've got my search term here. Interesting in and of itself, but let's try to compare it to something else. Let's compare searches for snow to searches for rain in the United States. Interested to see how this sort of crosses here. If we were probably searching here, the rain ones would outweigh the others over the summertime. We get an interesting trend, right? Like sort of the southeast here, we don't get a lot of snow showing up more heavily as rain searches, whereas the rest of the country is showing up more strongly as snow. All right, I want to make my own map of this. I want to put it into a continental U.S. projection. I want to play around with the colors on my own a little bit. How am I going to do that? Well, I'm going to look for this handy little download CSV button. When I click that, I'm going to download. I'll download it into here. This is rain, snow, Google Trends. Let's take a look what that CSV file looks like when I open that up. And what I see here is I have my region, which is my states. I have my category, and then I have this weird thing up here. So for enable to QGIS to read this data, I need to come in and delete these 2 rows so that my columns are on that first row. I'm going to delete those 2. And I'm going to simplify my titles here. I'm just going to call this snow. I'm going to call this rain. Our last step is to convert these columns from %, which QGIS would just read as text, which means we wouldn't be able to use it to display quantitative data. We need to change it from having this % sign to a number. So I'm just going to highlight columns B and C, select number, save. I'm going to download one more which I'm going to do, let's do Tesla versus electric. See what the patterns of that look like. That's kind of cool. We get California and Nevada showing up more strongly, Tesla electric, the rest of the state thinking more about electricity. Now, I just want to point out one thing when we download this. Make sure you download from this CSV file here. This will not get you the data you're looking for, but rather this one will, this compared breakdown by subregion. So I'm going to click on that. And we'll call this Tesla electric Google Trends. I'll open that up. Like I did before, I'm going to delete these two rows, simplify this to Tesla electric. Same for Tesla electric. I need to highlight these two columns and switch them to number. I'm going to click save and move on. We'll see you in the next video.